Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Alex Williams, and you are watching the Wednesday Game Night with Abraxus Games. Tonight, we are going to be playing SuperFight. We're going to be using some of the new decks. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. If you haven't noticed, you are watching this on a brand new channel. Hey, what's up, everyone?
Yay!
Some things haven't changed. Some things haven't changed.
Thank you for reminding me.
We are going to be doing some new things, including changing up the studio a little bit and changing up players a little bit, just rotating out some new players. But
I got in trouble.
But other than that, we're going to play SuperFight tonight and talk a little bit about what's coming next for Abraxus Games. And now we're going to cut to our super awesome temporary intro with music by Patrick's Mouth Guitar.
Where's the mic?
A round of applause for Patrick Davis there.
Thank you. Next week, real music.
Yes. Like I said, we are...
Next week, Chris is going to beatbox.
Alright, so like I said, this is a new channel, and we are sort of transitioning from Fun Again to Abraxus Games. So, as you can see, we are shooting in the former Fun Again studio. This is going to be the Abraxus Games studio until we find a home of our own, but there are going to be some changes to it, as well as to the structure of some of our live shows.
Yeah.
So
some of the things that are going to stay the same is we're still going to have some of the same friends play that we used to. We're going to try and get a lot of new people in here, too. Is your phone up?
No, mine's silent.
The studio is going to look similar, but it's going to get a makeover. And we're going to play a lot of new fun stuff.
Yep.
Question.
Yeah.
Will there be any drinking rules?
Not tonight, but we will definitely be
Okay.
doing drinking rules pretty much from now on, I think.
Are we going to be playing Suddenly Drunk?
At some point we will. At some point we will. All right, so first of all, Jason Miller says that he's not going to lie. That needs to be the theme song. Maybe I'll pull that from the recording and just put it on the video from now on.
I think you have to make it. You have to make 3 or 4 different tracks.
Yeah.
And then that way you've got your own band going.
All right, so before we jump into the game, I do want to mention, guys, that like I said, Abraxus Games is really just kind of starting out doing the social media thing. So please check out the links in the description. We are on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, and we're going to be doing not only the Wednesday live stream, but we're also going to be adding some new shows as we go on. So we've already talked about doing
that was me.
a possible Saturday show where we kind of do crafting and miniature painting and making games and stuff. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
What does Abraxus do when they're not making videos?
Abraxus makes board games. We just got done doing our Goblin Tower print and play Kickstarter and did pretty well. We had a lot of support from over 1,000 backers, which is amazing.
Still in the process of putting that one out there. And of course, the print and play is the prelude to the Goblin Tower box game, which is going to hopefully come out later this year.
And something that we will play on game night.
Yeah.
So that's going to be awesome.
Okay, let's do it.
Can
I be there?
Little self-promotion.
You can. Yes. And SuperFight!
All right, so like I said, we are playing SuperFight. As you can see kind of down in the bottom of the screen, we've got 4 new decks. We're playing with the History deck, the Horror deck, the 80s deck, and the 90s deck. We've got them separated so our fighters can actually pick from which decks they want to pull from. All right, so you guys pick 3, count them 3, black cards and 3 white cards.
Man. I want to fight Pete and Pete versus Michael Myers.
Wait, you already know what's going on?
I'm just assuming they're in there.
Well, let's
all
see.
right. Did you say 3 white cards?
3 white cards and 3 black
black
cards.
Do you want them all to be from the same?
No, you can mix
You
them
guys
and
feel
match.
free to mix them up.
I'm gonna go all 90s.
And I'm going to do my best to monitor the comments and answer you guys, so please ask questions, whether it's about the game or about Abraxus. We'll definitely answer
Hey, are you cheating? Are we allowed to look at these?
Yeah,
You can look at them.
yeah. You're gonna choose one of each.
So actually, I didn't look at the rules for our situations and locations. What should we do for that? Do you think we should just do random pulls?
I think the judge should pick
that would be fun.
category.
Just the category or the card too?
No, I mean you should pick the card for a category.
Okay, and but we pull the top one.
Yeah, just pick the top
Okay,
one.
cool. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
All right, so Now, you guys get to choose one white card, that's going to be your character, and you can choose one black card, that's going to be your, what do they call it?
What? Adjective?
No, it's
Skill?
attribute. Okay, so you're gonna you pick one white card, one black card. That's gonna be the characters that you're fighting with.
Mm-hmm.
Then you are going to randomly pick off the top of this, and you have to use one of the attributes from one of these decks.
Okay.
And I think you guys should choose each other's category for that attribute.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick another black card for Chris.
Yeah, from straight
What do I
from
do
the
with
deck.
the discards?
Just put them down next to you. You're gonna keep them for now.
Okay. What categories did you pick, Chris?
No comment.
Okay. Well then.
All right. So first, let's see what you guys got. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Chris, you want to put it up on your black panel there, your black Uber stacks there.
Yes.
You should be able to see it okay
Yes,
on
I
the
will.
camera.
Okay.
Nice.
So
What do we
who is
got?
I have the Duck Hunt Dog.
Nice. All right, and what attribute does he have?
He's armed with Rubik's Cube grenades that explode if they aren't solved.
Oh, nice.
wow.
Tune in later to see if he actually survives.
I've got the Sanderson sisters
Oh, I love it.
wearing a skip it with blades on it.
They couldn't even walk on cement. Like,
skip it. All right.
all right. So now you guys get to choose each other's random attribute.
I choose for Chris.
You
The
get one more
80s.
attribute, and you have to use it. So why don't you go ahead and reveal it?
What do you get? What do you got?
Oh, you want... Armed with a fire hose that shoots poison new coke. Oh, yeah, that was
Coke.
nasty. Nasty
All right, what do I
stuff.
get?
You're going after the horror deck because I do not like horror, scary, or clowns.
Multiplies when wet.
Ooh, so the
Uh-oh.
Sanderson
Uh-oh.
sisters, armed with a skip bow, a bladed skip bow, that multiplies
skip it.
with what? Skip it.
Yeah.
Now, dude,
Skip-Bo,
Skip-Bo is
it's
a
the
card
same-
game. Skip-Bo is a
I
card
thought they
game.
called it skip bow too at one point.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm
Maybe
just-
the rip-off version.
I'm confusing things.
twist it.
All right. How long do we want to set our fight for?
So as far as time goes,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we can kind of,
Just kind of self-manage.
a little
All
bit. I mean, obviously, if it's going on for too long, I, the judge, will stop you guys
Okay.
from bickering. But
Until there's blood.
so
That's
why
when you
don't
need
we, why
to
don't we
step
do
in.
like a quick little like why your fighter is better than the other fighter?
Oh,
Ooh, what am I doing? Should we introduce these, or should we do that
What?
halfway through the fight?
I don't know. Go ahead and do it now.
All right, so you have your fighters,
yep.
and they are fighting in. Let's use the '80s deck. They're gonna fight in Chernobyl right after the accident,
Oh,
That sucks.
and both fighters are bound and gagged.
Wow, that went my strategy.
Luck.
All right. Well, the Sanderson sisters were able to create a curse to bring themselves back from the dead, even being bound. What we're going to do is take that bladed skip it and try to hacky sack that up there to get that mouth gag off. That way I can perform curses towards you.
That's all you got?
For now.
What's the
Okay.
duck hunt dog got?
Please. The Dunk Hut dog. Even if he is gagged and bound, he can still chew through them. Then he has the ability to actually pick up the Rubik's Cube and retrieve it and drop it off. He can't solve it, so it's going to explode.
Well, I've got the magic book, which I could use to make a spell that automatically solves a simple puzzle like the Rubik's Cube. So that's going to be completely useless against these witches.
Yeah, but the witches, they're going to start burning and melting from all the radiation from Chernobyl.
Forgot that we were in Chernobyl. Well, if we do burn and melt, we'll just come back from the dead and pretty much be unbeatable.
No, because you've got to remember, I've got a fire hose that shoots new Coke. It's poisonous.
Well,
So-
you go ahead and use your new Coke because this says multiplies when wet, not when multiplies underwater. So now there's a million of me.
No, because it multiplies the poisonous new Coke.
We can take a little poison.
No, there will be a pool, and as it multiplies, it just starts spreading out, and then it just starts taking over the whole area, country,
well,
and the
will-
world.
Well, the new Coke doesn't multiply. I'm gonna rule in real quick. The new Coke doesn't multiply. They multiply.
Where does...
That's an attribute for the Sanderson sisters. I won't interrupt anymore.
I think
All right,
that I'm just going to go ahead and concoct a potion made with annoying peeping Tom bush dogs that makes me immune to radiation.
But remember,
First got card. I'm a witch. I can do whatever I want.
yeah, but first you have to be able to hit me. And I'll always be doing this. And
It's true, you could never shoot that damn dog.
Ta-da!
You just gave him an argument.
Sorry.
Don't do that.
I was waiting for it. That's
Were ya?
yes. As try as you might, you kept on trying to shoot that dog, and that dog never died.
I don't know. I mean, we're armed with arcane magic, and now there's, hundreds of us. I think that, we could take to the air above the radiation zone and just like Voldemort.
Even if you were to do that, the Rubik's Cube would have been placed right at your feet, unsolved. Poof.
All right, final arguments.
My dog is cool.
This cool dog.
Yes. More people know about
Whoa.
the duck hunt.
Whoa.
It's not a popularity contest.
Yes,
It's
it is.
It's a who would beat each other contest.
Hocus Pocus is
Because-
a 90s childhood staple.
Oh, and Nintendo's dog isn't?
Yeah, after you've blown in the cartridge a few times and finally got it to work.
Don't forget, no, you took the eraser and you cleaned off the connections.
All right, Judge.
All right, so definitely want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Who won this one? Both made somewhat valid points within the realm of their own arguments, I guess.
Rob says...
It's
that we
Mexican
gotta
standoff. Guess who wins the Mexican standoff?
Whoa!
Hey, you're only a little Mexican. All right. I'm gonna have to side with the dog.
What?
Just because he had the explosions
Give me my drink
and
back.
poison. I don't think that they'd be able to fight both of them off right away.
Well, I really wanted to win, but I respect your decisions.
All right, so why don't you... how do we want to score points? Just keep your card?
Keep a card for points, I guess.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Yeah, keep your card and then discard everything in front of the camera there. Oh, man. So I do like what Rob says before. It's better to draw the these two cards halfway through to make you guys kind of change it up a little bit, adapt to it.
Yeah.
Right. And then Jason had a good argument for the Sanderson sisters is if they're trying to, cut their tape off or their gag off, then they might cut themselves, which is wet, so it'll make them multiply.
They multiply with their
they
own
can
blood.
multiply themselves with their own blood.
Gross. Okay.
All right, so you won, so I guess I'll fight against you.
Oh.
So now are we doing actual super fight rules where he has to keep his same character, or do we want to draw some more stuff just to see?
Oh,
new
more stuff.
I want to
wanna
see
go
some
through-
variety.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we'll draw new stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm definitely gonna
I knew
grab
it.
some horror.
I knew it.
But just to mix it up, I'm gonna grab a history too, because I
Wow.
like that.
Since I was asleep in the 80s, I'm going to take 2 of the 80s.
I'll take a 90s attribute.
And I'm facing my fears, and I'm going after the horror deck.
He's going to get the Pennywise card.
Oh, it's Pennywise.
With a picture.
It's the clown from It.
Ooh.
The history, and you know what? I'm going to mix it up with a couple of the 90s.
Okay, so I am. Wait. Should I be that one or should I be that one?
No?
I'm. Hold on. I'm going to be Jigsaw,
Ooh.
That sounds familiar.
who knows the opponent's only weakness. Is that kind of cheating?
He kind of does, though.
He kind of does.
Hello, Chris. I want to play a game.
That was pretty good.
Was it?
Who's Jigsaw? He's the killer from Saw.
We need to get you watching more horror
No,
movies.
no.
Well, what you got?
I've got the Breakfast
I think
Club.
it's cheating if I watch the comments just in case they give us that. You got the Breakfast Club?
Yes.
The
That's
whole
not fair. There's
Breakfast
5 of
Club.
them. There's 5, right? Yeah, there's 5.
But they're using Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen as nunchucks.
Just by the ponytails. I like it.
I could see Judd Nelson doing that.
All right, so you guys
Judd
go ahead
Nelson
and get
was
started,
harsh.
and after you make your initial arguments, we'll
Okay.
You
Throw a
go
wrench
first
in
since
there.
I
Oh
won.
wait, no. So we got to draw each other some.
Oh, the
extra
extra
attributes.
attributes. Yeah.
Chris, why don't you take a historical attribute?
Why, thank you. And, oh man, how thoughtful of you. I'm armed with the Ark of the Covenant.
Oh come on! Redraw, mulligan.
Nope.
All right, what am I drawing from?
I'm going to be nice.
Yeah.
Please draw from a horror.
All right, let's see what I got.
Oh,
So I can face my
I'm gonna
fears.
have like syphilis or something. All right.
it's horrific.
Armed with a rusty machete
Ew.
versus the Ark of the Covenant.
It's okay. He just wanted his
And,
machete
and,
back.
and what was it? Knows opponent's only weakness.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right.
All right. So I gotta say,
Super fight.
first of all, 5 young snot-nosed little brats is no match for the master of torture, which is Jigsaw. He knows everything about you. He knows what you're afraid of, what bad things you've done, and he will use it against you in the worst possible trap that he can come up with. Just so you know.
First off, let's see. There was, 5 of us in the Breakfast Club?
Yeah. 5 little twerps.
But noticed how they bonded, so they've got the unity going.
Not at first.
But
Is this post movie or
Judge?
You know, I'm just picturing the end of Saw. And instead of the cool Saw theme, it's going, "Don't you forget about me."
game over?
All right, what was your judge question? I was in my own little thought.
Is this
Pre or
pre
post?
Breakfast Club or post Breakfast Club? Have they already bonded, or are they still
Or
like
is
at odds
this,
with
or
each
is
other?
this during?
Well, I don't know. I mean, is this
It's going to be a 90-minute.
post
It's going to be.
Dead Jigsaw or pre-Dead?
Definitely pre.
No.
Well, it doesn't matter. Actually, if you've watched the series, it doesn't matter if he's already dead.
I think it takes place during like their prime.
Yes.
Right during
It's
during the movie.
Thank you. It's a 90-minute fight. So
So at the end of the fight, you'll finally be together.
yes, and they'll be at 1,
All right.
and each one of them will have Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
All right. Well, while you guys are bonding,
But now wait! I didn't interrupt you.
all right.
Now, because they have the Ark with them, please. They're invincible.
Are they?
Oh.
Yes, because first off, nobody's been able to find the Ark. So now they can't find them either. Because So how can you hit somebody that's not even there?
How does that make sense? What do you mean you can't find them?
Well, you found it.
You're in detention. This is during the movie.
Exactly. Okay. If you want to go into that argument, then it's like a cage match. 5 versus 1. Hello.
Yeah.
They can even pick up the Ark and start tossing it.
All right. Do you have anything you want to add before we throw a?
Like I said, Jigsaw does all of his research years in advance, knows everything about these kids, everything that could possibly hurt them, and knows that they're going to be in detention, and has set up the entire library full of terrifying, horrifying, awful traps to where they cannot get out. This is the detention that will end your life.
This sounds just like the movie. And they were still able to get out and roam
So-
around the school and get into even more trouble.
For is this our situation or is this
That's our situation.
situation? So the situation is we're gonna draw both of them at the same time then.
Sure.
Okay.
So the situation is you are now surrounded by medieval warriors trying to kill each other.
Are the warriors trying to kill each
The
other?
warriors are trying to kill each other.
Okay.
And what another 90s one? You're inside a Where's Waldo book. I don't know if that changes the fight any, but
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, these are things that Jigsaw could use to his advantage. I mean, he could use the distraction of the, what were they, gladiators?
Yeah.
Medieval
With
warriors.
warriors.
He could use the distraction of them to actually corral you guys into a certain area that he wants you to be in.
One word. Nunchucks. Have you ever tried to get close to somebody with nunchucks? Especially, 4 foot, 90-pound nunchucks?
Yes, but you are swinging around two little girls who are going to be whining and complaining the whole time. Judd Nelson's going to want to punch them before he punches Jigsaw.
But look what happened. You also got a kiss.
Not from the Olsen twins.
No.
All right.
In the 80s.
Do you have anything to finally add to your argument?
Yes, I do.
Yes, let's hear it.
Since we're in Where's Waldo book,
Mhm.
go to the last page. The end. Over. You're done
Okay,
with.
no,
That
you're
is
right.
it.
You're right.
You
Go-
searched out
Finish.
the solutions.
Right, no, you're right. Go to the end of the book, because what you will find, just like in any Saw movie, is the beginning and how it all happened and how it all comes together. And you will see just how Jigsaw planned all of it out to kill all 5 of the Breakfast Club.
But first you have to find us. You can never find Waldo, and you expect to find us in the book? It will never
All right.
happen.
Jigsaw already knows where everybody is.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I take away from this argument. I mean, you do mention that you have the advantage of multiple fighters.
Mhm.
I think they're armed with a pretty ineffective weapon. You didn't really tell us how a Mary-Kate and Olsen nunchuck would behoove
works.
you. When you could
You,
probably
tie their
just throw
ponytails
library
together?
chairs or something. Yeah. I imagine that their ponytails are tied together.
Yeah, just...
Yeah. I was waiting for
I
you
didn't
to...
specify how
I
old
was
they were
waiting for
either.
you
What did
to
I
point
miss?
out that in Saw 2, you're dealing with a
It's true.
room full of
Thank you.
teenagers.
Yes, he is.
But we can't. But that's
I
not
know,
going to be
no, I
part
know,
of it
I
because you
know.
didn't say
And
it.
I've got more too now that I'm thinking about it.
Just the facts.
Just the facts, right? You also never mentioned how you're going to use the Ark of the Covenant to your.
Other than throwing
Oh,
it at people.
I have a question though before
Yes.
I make a ruling. Have you seen Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Okay. It's like, how the Ark of the Covenant supposedly can work.
But who says
One
it has
theory.
to work? Yeah,
One
exactly.
theory. All right. I'm going to have to give it to Jigsaw.
Oh.
He's right. That
Got the Breakfast Club.
the Breakfast Club did a lot of wandering through that school that probably would have got them murdered by turning the
In
wrong
any other
bookcase
movie.
or climbing through the wrong vent.
See, and I didn't think about it, but Jigsaw is really good at being persuasive and pulling people to his side. So he probably would have convinced one of the Breakfast Club to be one of his acolytes.
Oh. Who do you think it would have been?
The job.
I think it would have been
No,
Brian.
I think it would have been Brian. I think it would have been the
Brian
Brian.
seems like the one.
He's the smart one, and
Yeah.
he's also deeply
and
emotionally.
he brought a
troubled.
flare gun to
He did.
school.
Yeah. Plus he got stoned.
He's true. He's the most dangerous
Got
one.
stoned.
The most dangerous member of the Breakfast Club is Brian. Brian. Pick up my poop, Brian.
So Rob says suddenly Waldo pops up out of nowhere and kills them all.
You didn't even know he was there.
Yeah, never saw him coming.
All right, so that's a point for Chris and a point for you so far.
So I'm gonna keep. What am I
0
keeping?
points
I don't
for Patrick.
I'll keep that, and you can discard the rest. I'll keep my Jigsaw card.
All right.
So now it's me and you, huh?
Yes.
This is me.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can beat you at your own game.
Whoa!
I'm gonna take a couple horror cards here. I'm taking 80s.
I'm gonna take 90s. Mostly 90s. I'm gonna take a history, just in case.
I'm gonna... There we go. Okay, let's see what we got.
Alright. Oh, come on. None of these are good.
Oh, they're all good. That's how you use them.
I don't think it's necessarily fair pitting like horror monsters and stuff up against the 90s.
You
The
picked
90s
it.
were not like hardcore at all.
Just don't answer the
Picked
phone.
it. All right,
Let's
so
go with that.
for you, I'm gonna pick a history
All right, hold on.
add on there.
So,
yeah,
let's
we have to
review
reveal
what we
first.
got first. But I'm gonna play this just because it's funny. I don't even know if I can argue it, but it's hilarious. So
Okay. So you are going to be fighting against H.P. Lovecraft,
Oh.
who can summon and command demons.
wow, that's
Are you serious?
that's
Really?
very fitting.
It is.
Holy crap! All right. Well, you are fighting Sabrina the Teenage Witch,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
who gets knocked down but gets up again.
That's awesome.
It's great. All right. What other attributes do we have here?
All right. I'm going to give you a history one.
Okay. Why don't you take an 80s?
80s.
Ooh.
All right.
All right. So my Sabrina is also armed with Masamune's sword.
Masamune.
Does anybody know who Masamune is?
Masamune. Oh, sounds so familiar.
We're
Does
gonna
anybody know who Masamune is? Let us
check
know.
it out real quick.
There, I'll check.
So that I can at least have a little bit of knowledge. Or should I just redraw? Because
No. We could have. You guys go ahead and start arguing.
All right. And I also have the powers of the Thing.
what?
Really?
Which
Oh,
is
I'm
also
sorry, I'm sure. I should-
which is also inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. Just so you know.
Was it?
It was.
That's awesome.
Oh.
So I mean, I
I
haven't
need to
seen
be
the Thing,
impartial.
but I did play the Thing.
Well, see, you've already lost then. Because you haven't seen the Thing. You should always see the Thing.
Whoa. Whoa.
Masamune, also known as Goro Nyudo Masamune, is widely recognized as Japan's greatest swordsmith. He created swords and daggers known in Japanese as tachi and tanto, respectively.
All right.
Apparently, it's the best blade in the world.
And well, too bad you're not the best swordsman in the world.
SuperFight! Alright, so, I mean, I'm already a teenage witch, so I'm unassuming. So, like, you're gonna see me, H.P. Lovecraft is gonna see me, and he's either gonna be weirdly attracted, or he's going to be, just not think that I can do anything. He's not gonna think that I'm a threat. So that's already something to my advantage, and I have an amazing sword.
Yeah. So, by the way, congratulations on being a novice witch who's going to learn a valuable lesson in 21 minutes.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be impartial.
And that lesson is you don't mess with the powers of Cthulhu.
Oh, man. Alright,
So I can summon demons. I mean, it says I can summon demons, but H.P. Lovecraft knows the best demons. I can literally summon world-ending demons. I can create demons that make a vortex that throw you back in time so that I can kick you again.
So now, technically speaking, you can only summon actual demons, not the demons that H.P. Lovecraft created in his novels and nobody can pronounce, including Lovecraft himself.
What? Cthulhu.
You can't summon a demon that you cannot say its name.
How do we know H.P. Lovecraft can't
Because
pronounce
you can actually look it up. He's gone on record to say that he couldn't pronounce the words. He spelt them that way so that nobody could pronounce them.
He could just have a demon named Phil, could he?
Yeah.
But you know what? Even I think that we could all agree that it's Cthulhu, and it is the Uber demon.
Actually, Cthulhu's not a demon. He's an ancient one. He is a god.
Fine. You know what? There are plenty of other demons to summon. You know what I can pronounce? Freddy Krueger, the Nightmare Demon,
Dream demon.
Dream Demon. What is a nightmare but a bad dream?
Well, that's true. But Sabrina can get knocked down and get right back up again, so it doesn't matter what Freddy Krueger does to her, because she will sick her talking cat on him. It's the worst argument in the world. All right, give us some stuff.
Wait, I'll be the judge of that.
Give us some location and
I was enjoying this argument.
Freddy is totally going to take advantage of your being able to get knocked down and get back up again as I turn you into a living weeble wobble and boom, boom, boom.
Let's go to the 80s and... Oh, no, we're going to do the
location first? Okay.
And tonight, they are...
Yes.
They are fighting at a hair metal concert.
All right, so already I can tell you that H.P. Lovecraft, the reclusive, scared of everything, little New Englishman will be hiding in a corner, incapable of summoning anything because he's never heard this kind of music before. While Sabrina thrives in this kind of music.
I'm sorry, I forgot that you were friends with H.P. Lovecraft.
I know all these things about H.P. Lovecraft. I've actually read and learned about H.P. Lovecraft.
Interjection. Please just specify what your fighter can do, not what the other one can do.
That's not true. I know what he's capable of.
Alright, do we have anything else?
Oh, yes! However, all fighters are undercover in Cold War Berlin.
Weirdest little concert ever.
An audience of one.
It's more like this.
It's Cold World. It's a Cold World Berlin hair concert. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's true. It's the Cold War. It's not actually cold.
Right. But good job being so literal.
Could be the Russian front.
Oh, man. I got Oh, jeez.
Well, you know what? Maybe I'll just go ahead and summon some other famous demons. I'm going to throw a Jason Voorhees in there.
Jason Voorhees wasn't a demon. He was a zombie.
How about a Pumpkinhead for the way that you've wronged me?
Pumpkinhead's a demon. But Pumpkinhead eventually kills the person who summoned it. So good luck with that, Mr. Lovecraft. You just killed yourself.
Final arguments.
That was my final argument.
Okay. Patrick.
I mean, I don't really know if he has a case here. You know, how about I just go ahead and search through the Well of Demons for something that can mass possess people, and we mosh you to death.
Oh. Leave me alone. I'm a fair little girl.
I still love you, Sabina.
Okay, well, I'm going to make my decision.
All right.
And I'm not even going to take into consideration, but probably at a hair metal concert, they probably didn't have mosh pits going on then. Oh, this is difficult. Both of them were good arguments. But Sabrina whines way too much. So, I cannot see her doing it.
Who said that she was whining?
And the cat always ran.
Neither of them said they were whining, and nobody said that the cat
I know.
was running away.
I know. I'm supposed to be impartial, but it's so hard. And
Arguments only.
I know. And H.P. Lovecraft, I never got into the horror scene. I know, just the facts.
You're a very biased judge. You're whiny and you're horror. You both lose.
But, I've got to hand it to the Weeble Wobbles.
I would too.
It's just coming back.
Jeez, man.
Freddie would totally do it.
I was going back and forth, but...
And he'd have his laugh the whole time.
Which one was the...
I didn't win, you won.
Which one was the Nightmare sequel with, like, the video game?
It was Freddy's Dead.
Freddy's Dead had some goofy stuff.
And he'd be sitting there, and now you're playing with power.
That's right. All right.
Oh, jeez.
Chris versus Patrick.
Now, Rob says, isn't Sabrina immortal if she can always get back up again? Like, always.
It doesn't say you get up alive. I think, if anything, you could just be...
It's like a zombie.
But HP could be sitting there in a smoking jacket and a drink, and he'd just be summoning demons, just keep on hitting her, and she's just...
You see Lovecraft as more debonair than he actually was.
I think that some of these decks definitely have advantages over the other decks.
A little bit.
All right.
I think that the 90s has some trouble. Unless you pull, like, well, I guess it's 80s, but if you pull, like, Terminator or something, then you could probably fight HP Lovecraft pretty good.
All right. I'm going to take a couple history.
You guys.
I'm going full 80s.
You're going all 80s?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to go all history. See what happens. See if I know what any of these are.
Yeah, Rob, you're definitely right. He says, okay, but a girl with a sword versus a shape-shifting Victorian author who can summon legions of hell? No chance. By the way, why didn't you bring up the Evil Dead? That's a whole legion of demons.
I don't know. I was waiting
that
for
are creepy as hell.
I was starting to worry you told me Deadites don't count as real demons. Okay, here's a good one. All right.
Oh, gosh. There's so many I want to do. Well, that's a given. Thematically, I've got to choose him.
Oh, and you didn't say anything about having the powers of the Thing.
Oh, right, I didn't.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Decisions.
Mine.
Oh, did you already pick yours?
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear it.
Well...
Or did you want Patrick to go first?
No, I'll go first.
Okay.
Mine's the coolest. Because who can summon anything from a martial arts catalog? Guess who?
I don't know.
RoboCop can.
RoboCop. All right.
Bruce Lee, I choose you.
Dude.
Oh, come on. He knows that was going to come up.
No, that's fine. So I've got Lizzie Borden, famous axe murderer, if you don't remember.
I was there.
And she can summon one warrior from anywhere in history, and I was gonna summon Bruce Lee.
You still can.
I'm summoning
You guys just might be fighting over him. Or you'll summon, two different versions of Bruce Lee and you can fight. Sorry, go ahead. I'll stop arguing for you. Oh, wait, yeah, you guys got to choose another thing for each other.
I'm gonna choose for you. I'm gonna choose from you the 90s.
An attribute.
Oh, an attribute from the 90s.
Okay. You know what? Just because I'm still facing my fears, there's one that's horribly horror. Please go.
I am armed with holy water. I don't know if that's gonna help me much.
It's RoboCop.
I'll make you rust.
Yes.
What'd you get?
During all of this, I will be wearing armor made of Justin Timberlake's ramen hair. Ramen hair. I'm just... Oh my gosh.
Gross.
So he's replaced his metal suit with...
No, not replaced.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll stop talking. Fight.
Okay. Alright.
RoboCop. Please. How many times did he get shot? Ran over. Hit.
Well, I'm not gonna have
He
to
did.
shoot
now,
you.
on top of that, he's got Justin Timberlake's hair. Please.
I don't know if the hair is really gonna help you.
Do you know what would happen if you defiled his hair? Do you know how many millions of screaming fans would hunt you down until you are dead?
Well, those people
I'll
all
tell
became
you,
disappointed
there is roughly-
30-year-olds.
There's roughly 3,432,389.
That is not accurate fact.
399.
That is made up. That is false.
It's on the internet. But now wait. On top of that, he can even... Does he summon? Yes, he does summon.
Anything from a martial arts catalog.
Hello. He'd be summoning the Japanese White Oak Joe staff.
We
On
all
top
know
of it,
that the items from those catalogs are not, they're props. They're not they're not as sharp as they should be. They're not real weapons.
Whoa.
Okay. But they did not specify which martial arts catalog from a martial arts catalog. But it's not the catalog that you were thinking of. Have you ever gotten hit by Joe?
I don't know what that is.
Because you would never see it coming.
Well, speaking of never see it coming, I am armed with Bruce Lee, one of the fastest humans alive. So all of your hair armor isn't going to help when I kick myself up your body and right in the soft part of your face. I could punch through your one vulnerable part into your robo brain, instantly deactivating you.
So a bullet won't hurt RoboCop, but yet a foot from a Kung
I never
Fu
saw
master would.
RoboCop get shot in the face.
It's his moneymaker.
And then, after you have fallen down from my death punch, Lizzie Borden's going to come along with her axe and hack apart all your joints and make sure that you can't piece your robo-self back together. He's got to have soft spaces in the middle so that he can bend.
Well, exactly. But then you know what he's going to do? He's going to take off the hair, put it into a rope, start gagging and binding Lizzie Borden, and then take her hatchet and use it on you. Now wait, if the hair is good enough to be armor, could you imagine how strong it's going to be able to tie up everybody?
We never said that this was effective armor. It's still hair.
Now,
It's creepy ramen hair.
you guys do happen to be fighting on the Berlin Wall. And this fight is directed by David Lynch. Do either of you know who David Lynch is?
Forget about me.
Do you know who David Lynch is?
He's the 80s director?
Well, I mean, he's directed stuff since, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he makes some pretty out there movies sometimes.
I'll let you know in a second.
Well,
He's got Trump hair.
now remember, Lizzie Borden, she couldn't even stand up straight. She had to hit.
Hi, Toby.
She had to hatch it away at her two older parents because that's how much of a wuss she is.
She was only hunched over because her axe was so incredibly heavy. That's going to be buried in your robotic skull.
Standing on the Berlin Wall, she couldn't even keep her balance. All that I'd have to do is take the hair off, tink, and off she goes. And then when she hits the ground, the hatchet would be going down first, and then she'd just impale herself on it.
You know what we're going to do is...
And then I would summon a 100-pound heavy bag and drop it.
You already... Oh, you can have more than one side.
Uh-huh.
Just to make this fight a little more level, David Lynch directed Twin Peaks. He directed some crazy stuff like Blue Velvet and Eraserhead and The Elephant Man and lots of stuff.
I have not seen any of those movies.
Mulholland Drive.
Oh.
I'm going to take my holy water and I'm going to put it in like a water balloon and I'm going to hit you in the face with it to make you rust like the Tin Man.
You cannot rust
And then
titanium.
Dorothy is going to have to come save you. I don't know. This is a terrible fight.
Come on, Lizzie.
Better sharpen that axe, bitch.
Whoa. I have nothing else to add.
I think that would be against protocol for RoboCop to call a woman a bitch.
I wasn't. Out of character.
All right. So I gotta go with RoboCop. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
RoboCop definitely wins that fight. I think that it was just
And
too easy.
I only summoned two things from a martial arts catalog.
Well,
Yeah.
whoop-de-freaking do.
Yeah, but Justin Timberlake's ramen hair took you down.
I didn't hear anything
maybe,
about the hair taking me down.
Maybe if you summoned Chuck Norris, you could have used his super powerful beard to ultimately murder RoboCop.
Maybe, but are you saying that Chuck Norris is better than Bruce Lee?
I'm saying that in the realm of SuperFight, Chuck Norris is probably better than Bruce Lee.
I lost my feed. What happened?
All right, Alex versus Chris.
All right. Maybe I'm gonna go horror again.
Sorry, I lost my
I'll
feed.
pull
I'm just
something
trying to
from
get
the
it back up.
80s. Hopefully, I'm pulling like
Horror and 80s really go well together.
horror and 80s.
Horror and 80s. Yeah. All the good horror is from the 80s.
It's true. Let's go down. All right.
We're gonna.
Ooh.
I'm still facing my fears. You know what? I'm gonna take 2 from the horror deck and 1 from history. So let's see what we come up with.
All right. Alex, you've had a couple more seconds to look at your deck. What have you got?
So I will go with Cujo.
Okay, good start.
That
Why
book
is that-
scared me.
Because you're not putting it on the lip.
Oh, there it is. I'm working from behind here, Patrick. Cujo, who is wearing, is actually a ghost and can only be killed when his physical remains are
A
destroyed.
good ghost.
Got a little glare on there. There we go.
The glare on there.
No glare on there.
What do
That's
you got?
okay.
Bring it.
Because when Buffalo Bill shows up,
Oh, you know who Buffalo Bill is?
now are we talking about the cowboy or the actual?
Well, this is
Did
from
you-
the horror.
You pulled it
deck.
from horror, so it's from Silence of the Lambs. Would you like to rethink your?
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Buffalo Bill is it puts the lotion in the basket.
Oh yeah. Okay. Or that dog gets it again, or something like that.
Wow, I think we got lost again.
Right, no.
Do you want to pick another one?
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Yeah. I remember that scene. These cards suck now.
Oh, he thought he was going to sharpshoot you.
He
Yes!
did.
It's got that mask on there.
Why'd you pull from the horror deck? You don't know horror.
I'm facing my fears. Okay.
This game's about, working with what you know.
But I don't know any of this.
Exactly.
Okay. But guess what? Buffalo Bill fell into the well with the dog. And Earthworm Jim actually.
Nice.
Buffalo Bill became Earthworm Jim.
Yes.
Groovy!
But now I'm going to have to explain how Earthworm Jim is armed with a hacksaw.
Nice.
I can see it.
I can see that. All right, so why don't you go ahead and take another thing from horror?
I mean,
Oh, Toby wants to know how to briefly explain how the game works.
You want to do that while we...
so each person draw, and in original Super Fight, it's all from one deck, but they have tons of themed decks. So we're playing with 90s, 80s, history, and horror. So each of them picks 3 white cards, which are their characters, and then 3 black cards, which are... what are those
Attributes.
called? Attributes.
Adjectives.
Yeah. And then between those, they each choose 1 fighter and 1 attribute. And then the other player is choosing for them another attribute that they have to use. And so each of them gets to make an argument as to why their fighter is the best. And then the judge, being non-partial, only listening to the arguments, chooses which fighter would have won.
And typically, if you're playing with more than 3 players, then according to Super Fight rules, everybody else on the table who's not fighting are judges together. So they actually kind of vote to see who won.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's a majority. Like one person says,
It's definitely a game that you can kind of make your own rules to, play the way you want.
and we have.
Really kind of reminds me of the YouTube show Movie Fights.
Movie fights.
Which is probably one of the reasons
So
we love it so
good.
much. All right.
They said they were going to make a board game, and they never did. And now I'm sad.
They just didn't want you to play it. Chris, what have you got?
Earthworm Jim not only has a hacksaw, but he's armed with a butcher's knife, and I can already see a nursery rhyme coming along.
Bring it, because Cujo, who is a ghost, by the way, and cannot be destroyed unless you destroy his physical remains, also throws razor-sharp AOL CD-ROMs.
So, in or outside of their little plastic jacket?
Either way, they're razor-sharp,
Right.
so...
And SuperFight!
Alright, so...
Good thing it wasn't the 3.5 floppies.
So, Cujo, who is a vicious, rabid, insane, doesn't care about anything dog, and will chew you all to hell, cannot be killed unless you find his physical remains, in which case you probably won't because he is buried so far that even worms can't get to it. And he shoots razor-sharp CDs and will chop you up into little worm pieces.
What do you have to say about that, Chris?
Bring it on, Earthworm
In my
Jim!
defense, dual-wielding hacksaw and butcher's knife? Yes, a butcher's knife. Hello, throw all the CDs you want. Have you ever seen how fast Earthworm Jim is? Please, he's indestructible. He gets around everything. And he doesn't need to find the corpse. Because if you're a ghost, you cannot eat him.
You can
your
eat
point-
him!
No, you can't.
You can eat him!
Show me a ghost that has eaten.
Okay,
Slime.
I will show you so many ghosts that have eaten or killed or hurt other people.
Cujo is a dog.
Earthworm Jim is a worm.
Exactly.
Dogs are known for shitting out worms.
Gross!
But dogs like scraping their ass on the grass.
Exactly.
And guess what? Earthworm Jim, boom! Hello! Coming in there and just slicing away from the inside out.
But it won't do anything because Cujo's a ghost.
The butcher's knife actually came from a video game. With special
So we're making stuff up now.
No! Are you kidding? If you go left, left, up, down, A, B, A, B, A, B, right, left, up, down. Hello! You get the special code for a corporal sword.
Isn't
They
that
can
the all
slice.
ammo cheat?
No, that was left, right, A, B, left, right.
Okay.
Oh, and again, coming from the inside through his rectum, slicing everything open with the sword and the butcher's knife. Well, actually, the butcher's knife would have the special properties.
Even if your special properties were able to cut Cujo in half, he's a ghost. He will just reform back together.
So?
Do you want to give us some extra stuff here?
Oh, yeah. We need to try and get this thing under control. Let's go. We'll do 90s.
Yes.
This fight is happening at dial-up speed. All right. And what location are we at? Let's pick a horror one.
I don't know.
This is happening in Silent Hill.
Oh. Silent Hill, the realm of ghosts and demons. I am in my element here. Earthworm Jim is completely out of his element.
Fight happens at dial-up speed. Earthworm Jim appeared before dial-up speed. Now, his reflexes would be so fast.
No!
Yes, they would. Please, dial-up speed before it was even a thing?
He wasn't online.
Exactly! So even at dial-up speeds,
Well, in that case, Cujo was never online and is just as fast.
No, he's not. He's a ghost.
Yeah.
A ghost cannot get online.
No, they transport everywhere like this. Neither
Ghosts
can
don't have
Earthworm Jim.
Wi-Fi
Yes, he
passwords.
can. Earthworm Jim is digital.
Yes, but
What
then
is
only
the
at dial-up
internet
speed.
digital? Hello, somebody that can go up at dial-up speed, digital form, and a ghost who can't.
Ghosts have been known to travel through electronic waves.
They've been known, but they never have.
Yes, they have.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
Hello, butcher knife. Cuts the line.
Well,
Then Earthworm Jim goes away too.
No.
no, he doesn't.
Earthworm Jim is
Let's just sit here and say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
He's outside the line. So as he is seeing Cujo come through, he cuts him off here, and as he's going here, he cuts the other line off, and he's trapped in the internet forever.
So we're in the internet now.
And dial-up speed.
Dial-up speed, but not necessarily online. Wow, this fight's gotten away from us.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we've got, basically, you're a ghost dog, and this is kind of what we've landed at.
Yeah.
So, now do you have the power to, what?
Earthworm Jim would then track down the little boy and hold the butcher's knife to the kid's throat.
Cujo wouldn't care. He's rabid and killed him. He doesn't care. Kill him. Do it.
Beat him.
And then I'll go after you.
No, then are you kidding? If Cujo ate that little boy, he'd be burping all day. He wouldn't be able to fight anymore.
All right. So, you've made some good points with the...
Did we?
I think that Earthworm Jim has a firm grasp on how he would use these weapons that he's got. But he's a ghost dog. We haven't figured out. It does say he can only be killed when his physical remains are destroyed. So while Earthworm Jim is determined to try and deter this ghost, he hasn't actually attacked those remains.
It'd still be fun.
Well, this isn't super fun. It's super fight.
So it's not super fun.
No.
So
No.
I'm going to have to give this one to Cujo. What I might have done if I was Earthworm Jim would be take advantage of my decomposition abilities and just go ahead and eat that corpse. Over a period of weeks, we will break you down until there's nothing left.
The ghost will just be like...
All right, so Cujo's going to have to take it this time.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
man.
Chris.
Okay.
And yes, thank you, Rob and Toby, Ghost of the Machine and Lawnmower Man, both ghosts who've gone through the internet.
Pulse.
Pulse.
Had those
Poltergeist went through the TV.
Yeah.
Electric waves.
All right. So, if you and I fight, would that mean that we've come full circle?
Yes. Yeah. And actually, so you have 2 points, right? Did you keep your cards?
No, I had one.
Didn't you win the last one? You won the first one and the last one. Between you and Patrick.
Me. Yeah.
So you should have had 2
twice.
cards.
Okay.
I've got 1 point. I didn't keep
Yeah.
anything
I'm not
to
keeping
prove
score.
it.
So this is the last fight between you and I.
How many points do you have?
2. He has 2. You have 1.
2, 1.
So if you win, we'll have to do some sort of tiebreaker.
Okay. But if I lose, then you guys are going to have...
I'll have 3 and he'll have 2.
Oh, okay. So if I win, then we'll have to... Yeah, like I said, we'll go do the tiebreaker. Okay.
Actually, here's my thoughts, okay? If we end in a tie, then all 3 of us will pull characters.
And have a 3-way.
Have a 3-way!
Well, that's not where I was going to go with
That
it.
our viewers will decide who won.
Why don't they
So
have it made a sexy edition?
because it all ends in the same way.
Sometimes there's a winner.
I win! I win!
I never got to win! Sure, that's in the
I think it
90s
was
somewhere.
3 months and I never got to win once.
There you go. All right. Okay.
Impress me.
I can beat you at this. I'm going all horror.
Oh.
I'm
Alright.
going to beat you
Alright, let's
at
do it that
your
way.
own game.
Let's do it that way.
Oh, Zach is asking what the heck is Abraxus Games?
Abraxus Games is our little company. We made a Kickstarter called Don't Die in 2015.
Ages ago.
I know. This year, we have made a successful print and play campaign of a game called Goblin Tower. That's going to have a box campaign later this year.
Yep.
And we're also going to see if we can get second edition Don't Die going.
And we have 2 other games planned for this year. 2 other new games planned for this year.
So you're going to see us on Kickstarter this year.
Plus, we are going to be doing a lot more of this kind of thing. So we'll do every Wednesday night. We'll do live game nights, and then we're also going to be coming up with other shows that are live, pre-recorded throughout the week. So we're going to be doing a lot of content creation, game creation, and we're also going to be venturing off into mobile games and apps. So we'll be doing that too. Please follow us everywhere. Like online, not in life.
That'd be
Please don't follow us everywhere. Oh, damn. Patrick.
What's it?
There's so many good ones. Can I fight with like 3 of them?
Alright, I'm going to take a risk here.
Do you want to tell me what you got before I decide what I'm using?
No, you can't use that against me.
Oh man, there's so many good ones though. All right, let me think about this just for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna go with probably what I know best, but we're definitely talking about these other characters that I drew because they're amazing.
We're going to circle back to that.
We are.
Alright.
All right, so
I gotta give a shout out.
What are you doing?
I thought he was going to show everybody the hole in the wall.
Just for you, Melissa.
Did Melissa say something about Scythe?
I thought he was going to go get L5R.
Yeah, me too. All right, so
Now that you mentioned it,
What have you got?
I am Michael Myers,
Ooh.
who gets up every time you think they're dead. Which is true.
Kinda does that anyway.
He does do that.
So this is an appropriate fight. I am going to be...
Actually, I probably should have done something different since you already had that power. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm going to be Leatherface.
Oh.
Possessed by a demonic, and it says choose a card.
Oh, come on.
A demonic...
Do history.
History?
Be
Okay.
hilarious.
I don't know what that is. What's a Laika?
I don't know. Isn't it like a bug?
I don't know.
Chris is going to find out for us.
Please stay tuned.
I don't know. Do you want to draw something else?
I'm going to draw something.
Draw something.
Ah!
A demonic... Rosie the Riveter! Rosie the Riveter.
What's that?
World War II, when all the women were helping out, building airplanes and tanks and everything.
I've
She
never
wore the red scarf, and she's
she
always
that-
in... The,
okay.
Yeah.
So I know her. I knew her by image. I've never heard her name.
Oh yeah, that's Rosie the Riveter.
So possessed by a demonic Rosie the Riveter.
A demonic Rosie the Riveter.
All
I
right.
will rivet you.
Oh. And,
All right, and we have to pick.
Yeah. So why don't you pick one from the 90s?
As I'm yeah. This is going out to Rob. Rob is saying that Leica is a camera. Yes, which I have several.
Leica is a camera. I
Yes,
did
I
know
have
that.
some of the older ones, but
I
the
didn't-
spelling
okay.
on
I
this
thought that
one.
was spelled different.
I thought they
It
were like
is.
supposed to be characters or something, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leica is Leica.
Yeah.
The camera.
Yeah. He's
So that's
correct.
something. That's got to be something else.
Yep.
I am also a Y2K Doomsday Prepper.
Good luck with that. All right. Wait. What did you do? That's not a thing. You're supposed to pull an attribute.
Oh, never mind. I am also with a bottle of Michael Jordan's secret stuff.
Oh. Oh.
Was
God.
that a drink or a cologne?
Cologne.
It was a cologne.
I remember seeing it on the sides of those big 53-foot trailer trucks going down the road, and all you saw was Michael Jordan's head about 14
You know
feet
what?
big.
I had too many Nintendo games to play to worry about Michael Jordan.
Or Michael Jordan's
Unless
secret
he-
stuff.
Unless he was in a Nintendo game.
It's true.
Or
Or
is
Space Jam.
I was going to say, or was the secret stuff from Space Jam?
All right. So what am I pulling?
You are going to take... You're also going to take a 90s card.
All right. So I'm Michael Myers, who gets up every time you think they're dead. And is his writing Free Willy?
He's thinking, go!
To that Michael Jackson song.
I wish we had some viewers that were artists. I'd love to see that. Just
Well,
If anybody wants to draw any of these fights, I will definitely put it up on the Abraxus page.
that would be amazing. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Alright,
Wow.
so I am already Michael Myers, who is basically immortal because of what happened to him with the Thorn Cult. They made him to where every time he gets shot, burned, butchered, doesn't matter. He will come back. And he has an orca who can kill sharks. Who do kill sharks.
Since when are we fighting near the ocean?
We're just riding Free Willy on the cement. Come on, man, go!
Fun drying up on Michael Myers' home street.
We don't know where we are yet.
All right, so Leatherface. I'm assuming that means I already come with the chainsaw and have the
You
bulk
kind of have
strength.
to. You kind of have to.
And he smells like Michael Jordan. I don't know what that's gonna do to help the fight, but he's possessed by demonic Rosie the Riveter. Not these little baby rivets, but huge industrial rivets used for holding siege weapons together. You know, big old thing. So go ahead and get up every time I think you're dead. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and
See,
to
but
the
thing
cement.
is first of all, Leatherface is definitely killable. He is just a crazy human. And good luck catching up to Michael Myers, who every time you think that he's just walking along all slow, he's right behind you.
I don't know
So
where he gets his
somehow-
crazy teleportation powers, but if I keep
Somehow,
looking at
he
him,
can teleport.
if I keep my eyes on him, all he can do is lumber towards me or stand ominously in the background.
All I have to do is jump behind a bush or behind my orca and disappear. And Leatherface will be so dizzy from spinning around with his chainsaw, dancing in the sunlight, that he won't even be able to get to me.
You know what?
That
you
could
go
be a
ahead,
song.
you go ahead and hide behind your orca because I'm going to use my chainsaw to turn Willie into fish sticks. And then I'm going to rivet you to the remains
That
of
sounds
Willie's
dirty.
boat. I will rivet you.
I will rivet you hard!
No mercy.
And hello, how is your little knife gonna handle a chainsaw? I can just...
I'm not going for the chainsaw, I'm going for you!
I know, but I'm
And I will
just
be
saying...
behind you before you even know it.
I'm just saying that you can try and... in this 90s serial killer, or 80s serial killer pose all you want, but I'm just gonna...
Alright, but Michael Myers has absolutely no emotion whatsoever, whereas Leatherface is a big old mama's boy. All I have to do is start insulting your mom.
You know what?
And you will start crying, you'll curl up in a fetal position, and I can stab you.
Mama
Stab,
ain't
stab, stab,
home.
stab.
Stab, stab, stab. Mama ain't home.
But you know what?
No, mama's on your face.
My mama's on my face. My mama's on my face.
There's a 90s flash.
There's got to be a Tom Green card in there somewhere.
There's gotta, we'll have to search for it and see if there's...
All right, what have you got for us?
We should definitely be drunk.
But you know what? It all depends upon whatever happens at the Alamo.
Where's Buffalo Bill when you need him?
You know what? I'm going to make friends with the Mexicans and get them all on my side because we know how the Alamo went. We remember the Alamo. And rednecky, crazy mama's boy Leatherface, definitely from the South. So
Exactly, so he
we're
would
gonna-
hate Mexicans.
They don't know I'm not Mexican. I've got a mask on.
So is Leatherface just doing a really bad Mexican accent?
I'm just going to be like, por favor.
Oh. But again, we keep coming back to the fact that Michael Myers cannot die.
He doesn't have to die. You could live as long as you want with no legs.
Ding, 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 ding. Guess what?
What?
All fighters must spend their mornings with each other in detention.
Did you get that from the 90s deck? Or the 80s deck?
Oh man,
Go.
at the Alamo?
Does it really matter what happens? Because in 90 minutes we're going to be best friends and suddenly understand each other.
Are
Are we still gonna be friends after this?
Oh man.
Spend their mornings with each other in detention.
At the Alamo.
Well, you know what? If all that's there to keep me in detention is that whiny vice principal, then I'm pretty sure we'll get the horns.
There were no vice principals at the Alamo.
So I've already sided with
this isn't a library. This isn't,
Yeah. I've already sided with the Mexican side of the Alamo. You can have the other team.
But you see, here's the thing, and I'm not saying this to be racist at all, okay? But the Mexican culture, lots of, Mexican people believe very heavily in demons and angels and the whole thing. And guess what? Michael Myers is known for being demonic-like.
Well, we're both going to scare the crap out of them.
No, you're just crazy. Were you going to scare your friends away? Go ahead. Because Michael Myers has evil eyes. Even Dr. Loomis said that there was nothing there. There's no emotion. It's just evil. Pure evil. And every single person on your side of the line will think so too.
And it is a known fact that Michael Myers is a Mexican.
Says who?
Myers is not a Mexican name.
Miguel.
Miguel Myers.
That's Michael. Oh, Miguel, I get it. I was thinking of Myers. Michael Miguel. Michael. His name is Bobby.
All right. Okay.
Final
Are we done arguing? That was the whole evil thing with scaring everybody away. That's my final argument.
You know what? I mean, yeah, I can get that they'd be scared, but they were a determined army. They destroyed the evil white man. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take down the Bruja over here because he's got to be stopped.
Word.
It's the only Spanish arcane word I know.
Okay, so
What's the Spanish word for demon?
I don't know.
Okay. Then we're going to use
Why are you
Rich
asking him?
because he's 3/4 Mexican.
Alex said I'm only a little Mexican.
No, you're only a little Caucasian. You're 3/4
I should bring
Mexican.
in my little Lego miniature. He's a little Mexican.
A little Mexican. Did you get the sombrero guy?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to rise up, and after we take down Davy Crockett and the rest of those guys, we're going to...
All right, well, in
take on Michael
addition
Myers.
to being pure evil, my mask is made from Captain Kirk's face, and nobody wants any of that, so...
I would if he signed it.
Would you?
Well, nobody's doing any signing. All right, Judge.
Before I make my decision, which I already have, there was one point that you neglected to mention. That if you did have Free Willy at the Alamo, the Mexicans would have stormed it a lot sooner to eat.
All right.
I just assumed we already...
All right, well, that's not part of the argument.
I
Nobody
assumed
made
we
that
already
point.
chopped
Nobody
up
made that
Willy.
point.
Now, the other point is, gets up every time you think they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
Just think that they're alive.
Again, nobody made that argument.
Exactly.
All right,
So you can't use that against me.
So who's
I'm just saying-
who's the winner in this?
Of course, it's Miguel Myers.
Ah!
Versus the mama's boy, come on.
Patrick, yours was so colorful. It was so entertaining.
Wait.
But the facts just didn't make
But-
any sense.
Leatherface, holding a chainsaw in one hand and a giant riveter in the other hand, led the Mexicans over the Alamo to fight Michael Myers.
Again, if anybody wants to draw that, please do.
If you would have painted that picture, I could have seen that. I wanted to see it.
It was a powerful image.
But instead, all that the Mexicans do were shooting their cannons. Could you imagine? I would have loved to have seen them. Oh!
It was
But again, by the time they catch up, Michael Myers would be gone. They wouldn't know where the hell he went, and he'd pop up right behind you.
fine, Miguel.
Yeah, but anytime Michael Myers got hit, his mask would have shifted, and then he'd be blind.
But that doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
He got shot in both eyes in Halloween 2, and he can still see. It's all psychic, and he has that feeling, that sense to go kill people.
Did anybody use a mirror against him?
freak him out by his own eyeballs.
Exactly.
All right.
So that was good.
Alex won by 1 point.
By the way, the other two characters I got
Who'd you get?
were Kayako, which is the ghost from The Grudge,
Oh.
and Samara. Well,
Oh.
The American ghost from
well,
The
no, I
Ring.
actually got the Japanese version, but I forgot her name already.
Okay.
From The Ring?
It's very close, yeah. So I got both ghosts from the Ring and from The Grudge.
Well, see, if you'd have picked either of those, I would have just had to curl up in the fetal
Well, I
position
know
and cry.
you would have, but Leatherface might not. If I was fighting Patrick James, I definitely would have gone with one of those.
You would have won.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, Leica, yeah, I actually forgot this, and now, Rob is reminding me. I actually knew this at one point. Leica was the first dog sent into space.
Oh, that probably wouldn't help much.
No. Because he would have been in space.
Okay, but he's up there.
I was in space at the time.
I feel like
With
such an idiot.
Steve.
All
Steve.
Oh my god.
What?
He's reading the other cards.
No, I was, but I don't know why I didn't pick this up the first time I came across it.
So, yeah, all these cards are available.
Yeah.
Or all these decks are available now.
Yeah, these are all brand new, right?
These are all brand new.
So
And
you
there's a
can-
lot more, too. We actually didn't grab a bunch of the others, too.
Yeah, some of the other ones. We've got at home an anime deck, a
Yep.
Walking Dead deck.
Yeah.
There's sequels to a lot of the, purple deck, blue deck, red deck, all those.
That's cool.
And then there's also, a couple of different mode decks. So there's dungeon mode deck, where, I think you're all, kind of
Is it like
coming
Munchkin?
up with a team where you are fighting through a dungeon.
Now I remember
there's another one in there too. So
in the original SuperFight, didn't they mention a boss mode?
there's a villain mode.
Yeah,
I don't know how to play it because I haven't actually looked at that part of the rules, but
where you
there
can
are different
actually
modes of play.
team
too.
up against one bad guy.
So I'm going to read a couple of my favorites from here from the 90s deck because I'm from the 90s. By the way, I had a T-shirt that looked exactly like that. You want
I'll bet
to
that
show them
you
that
did.
deck there, that deck box there.
That's cool.
I had a shirt that looked pretty much exactly like that at one point. So there's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the Coven from The Craft,
Nice.
and everybody's afraid of what's her name?
Fruzabalt.
Fruzabalt. If you're not crazy attracted to her.
Kathy Bates wasn't afraid of Fruzabalt.
No, she was not. He can do whatever he wants. Pick a team from Space Jam.
Nice.
A guest from Jerry Springer. That one would just win
Oh my god.
immediately.
That'd be
But
so
only if you
annoying.
go,
The other people would
Jerry.
shoot.
Jerry. Mulder and Scully.
Nice.
Billy Madison's Invisible Penguin. Fight that.
No, I was thinking of Dolly Madison and the Fruitcakes.
Reptar.
Penguin.
Reptar. From the Rugrats. There's just so many good stuff.
Reptar's making a comeback.
Friends. Trained my Master Splinter. I saw that one.
Oh.
I was tempted to use it, but
Was that 80s or 90s?
that was 80s.
Yep.
Friends. Pinky and the Brain. Quail Man.
Nice.
Quail Man. Who remembers Quail Man?
He pooped the little legs.
Oh, there's so many good ones.
Let's
Calvin
see.
and Hobbes. Tyler Durden.
Nice.
Austin Powers.
Tyler Durden. That's a good one.
Darkwing Duck. Beavis and Butthead. Somebody was gonna do it.
Well, I mean, I really
Ren
could
and
do
Stimpy.
this.
Here's some from the 80s. We got the Double Dragon Brothers.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Biff Tannen.
Butthead.
Let's see. A sentient fanny pack worn by blank.
Nice.
Well, I'm going to cover our history buffs
Hans
here.
Gruber.
Here's a swarm of plague rats.
Nice.
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Joan of Arc. Oh, Charles Darwin, too.
See, this
Oh.
is historic.
If I had Jack the Ripper
Sun
centuries
Tzu.
later, you would still never know if it was me or
It's
not.
true.
Aw. I wish I would have pulled this card. Mother Teresa.
Who's gonna kill Mother Teresa? Come on.
Exactly. Oh, Annie Oakley would.
That's true. There's a couple people in my deck that would. All right, who else have we got in the horror deck? Zombie Redneck Torture Family, A Wendigo, The Final Girl.
By the way, Zombie Redneck Torture Family. You know what that is, right?
No.
Really?
Is that from The Cabin in the Woods?
Yes!
Is it?
It's the Zombie Redneck Torture Family.
Nice.
That's what they called them.
That was a good movie.
That was a
Cabin in the
great
Woods.
movie.
I am so glad I did not watch any of these.
Now, Van Helsing, would you say that's the literary Van Helsing?
Literary.
Or any movie Van Helsing?
It's the literary one, I think. Because you have to go with stuff where you have like 80 iterations of them. You have to go back to the source.
The source material. Tribe of Cannibals.
Rob asks, "Is there a merman?"
Ooh.
Like in Cabin in the Woods. We were just talking about Cabin in the Woods. He wants to know if there was a merman.
Merman.
I just really wanted to see a merman.
All right, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Yes, it is. Oh my
my
goodness,
gosh.
this was a fun first episode for Abraxus Games Wednesday game night.
And this is the first time I have played SuperFight.
Yeah. So, what'd you think?
I liked it.
A lot
I'd
of fun,
probably
isn't
like it even more if I was drunk.
Couple of beers in might be fun.
Yes.
We first got SuperFight for my son who's 16 now, 16 now, a couple of years ago because we're like, oh, a game about arguing? Yeah, this is his.
Oh man, and it is definitely a fun game if you can get the right people to play with you. There's a little bit of like improv with it, but I think that it's easy improv, you know. So I definitely recommend playing this game if you get a chance. And actually, if you don't want to buy the cards, there's an online version.
Is there really?
There is. There's an
That's
online
cool.
version. I don't know if it costs.
Is it like
or
downloadable
what,
on
but
your phone or is it on the internet?
I think it's on Steam.
Okay, that's cool.
So, I mean, don't quote me on that. I think it's on Steam. But yeah, you can definitely play SuperFight online with people.
Very cool.
So it's pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for watching Wednesday Game Night. We will be here every Wednesday night at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Time. The time might change a little bit. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later. But
we won't surprise you with it. So for now, it's going to be 5:30.
5:30 p.m. Pacific Time.
Please tell your friends, tell everybody that we are still doing videos. We're going to be playing a lot of fun games. We're going to get rowdy. We're going to play some stuff that we haven't played before.
Definitely share with as many people as you can because that's the only way we can get people over to Abraxus Games. We had a really, really good build-up with Fun Again Games going, and unfortunately it's really hard to get a hold of everybody and sort of move them over to Abraxus Games. So please let everybody know that we are still here and we're still going to be doing this kind of thing. Like I said, we're not going to be doing as many giveaways, at least not to start. Yeah. But I'm hoping that a little later down the road, we'll be able to start doing that again.
Yeah, and we're still going to be playing Kickstarter games and letting you know about stuff that is new that you should definitely be playing. We got one of those planned pretty soon.
So next week we have, I think we're going to be playing Maximum Apocalypse. So come back and try that out. I don't know if that's going to be for sure, but that's what we're thinking right now.
But we're definitely going to play it eventually because we really want to.
And then the week after that, we're going to be playing Vinyl, which is a Kickstarter game that's going to be coming out in a week or two. The Kickstarter starts in about a week or two. I'll find out more information. Definitely post it on the Abraxus game page. So.
And I'm picturing Vinyl.
It is. It's a record
game. Yeah. So, all right. Once again, thank you guys so much. Be sure to come back every Wednesday at 5:30. And like I said, share as much as you can.
Share this video.
Follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Even if you don't watch on those platforms, it'll definitely help us out to grow our audience. So, thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.